Welcome back, everybody. This is the Running It Back Network's coverage of the 2025 Tour de France. It's stage 19 today. We've got a good one on tap. If you're new to my channel, give it a subscribe. Give this show a like. We've been doing this every single day for the stage, for the race, I should say. And we've got some new listeners, some new subscribers, and the tour's wrapping up. We only got a few days left. I can't believe it. Riders are tired. Podcasters are tired. But we're going to press on because there's still stuff to cover here. And today, I had some interesting points. We have these stages every now and again where it's an in-betweener, something that gets us from one stage to another. But today definitely had some things worth talking about. So let's discuss. Stage 19 was shortened to 93 kilometers. It was won by Thymen Arensman of Ineos, his second win of the Tour. And I mentioned it was shortened. It was shortened because of cows. So, what to talk about today? Headlines, like we do every day. Headline number one, Thymen Arensman wins while Jonas and Pogacar just kind of ride together. Pogacar almost gets knocked over by a helper after the finish line too. So, it was a weird finish because we also were coming off the story of a day ago where Pogacar hit the back of the Visma team car before the race started or after it finished or something, where like he was behind the car and the car hit the brakes all suddenly, kind of ran in the back of it. I saw a video of it finally. The video came out and it was pretty tame, but if you're going to put on this conspiracy hat, you have to ask, why'd you hit the brakes all suddenly there, Visma car? I couldn't really see if there was anything in front of you to hit the brakes for. So that was a little funny. And then today, Pogacar almost gets knocked over by a helper crossing the line. It was like one of those helpers that kind of run out when the riders cross the line to like push them, keep them moving because the road is steep. And this guy runs out and he's kind of got his sights set on Arensman to help him, and he doesn't really see Pogacar coming off his left shoulder and just sort of gives him a little shoulder check and give Pogacar a little credit. He didn't go down. He didn't really get shaken there. He didn't flinch. And the guy too, I think, like saw he hit somebody and he looked up and saw that it was the yellow jersey of the Tour de France. It was kind of stunned for a second. He just sort of gave him like oh, sorry about that. No harm, no foul. So that was about most of the excitement for the stage. You know, there was interesting stuff going on in the stage, but I got to say at this point in the race, when the same kind of five guys finished the race in the front, we need these news stories. We need something that isn't just look who won, look who got second, look who got third, and what the times were. That being said, great stage win by Ineos. You have to think, though, at some point, are stage wins just enough for Ineos? They should have bigger aspirations given their budget, given their preparation. But also, look, who was their GC guy and what's the best you could expect out of their tour this year? Maybe you could have a Lipowitz type of ride from somebody and get third, but there's no getting first or second anymore. There's no way you're going to be a threat in the GC. So Ineos, one of these teams that's a big budget. They won 2 stages with the same guy. And yet, I still don't know if they're happy or not. So, that being said, they won today. Ineos won. Thymen won his second win of the Tour. My next headline, how about Florian Lipowitz made a really big splash today? I think maybe I was one of the only ones interested in this story because I didn't hear it talked about that much. We talked about the battle for third yesterday was down to 22 seconds between Florian Lipowitz and Oscar Onley, two pretty much out of nowhere talents in this tour this year. And we're going into stage 19, and they are neck and neck almost through the middle of this climb, and then Onley gets dropped. Just couldn't hold the pace. There wasn't attacking really going on. Lipowitz sees this, goes to the front, and really took this race on his shoulders. He started chasing. He was in pursuit of Thymen Arensman. And I really love seeing this. And he was like, you guys are going to battle first and second. I don't care. I'm going for the stage win. You want to follow me, follow me. But I need to wrap up third. And if that means I can chase down Armandsman on the front and go for the win, I'm going for it. I really liked Lipowitz's style today. Sure, it didn't work out because Jonas attacked, Pogacar followed, and Lipowitz got dropped a little bit, got fourth on the stage, but Lipowitz going for it, not being afraid to ride the front. Great stage by him. I really liked what he's been doing the last couple days, and only battled. Oscar only really battled on that climb, and he threw in an attack early in that stage, which gapped Lipowitz, and he had to fight back through some of the switchbacks in the early parts of the climb. So that's my other headline. Lipowitz made a really big splash today. Made for fun racing. Told you the battle for third is what I'm watching now. So those were my two headlines of the day. Moving on, let's go to the USA report. And it's now become Quinn Simmons is in a break of some sort. Sepp Kuss or Matteo Jorgensen are in a break of some sort to help Jonas. And that's about it. Nielsen, Palace, and Barta just sort of are in there surviving. Tomorrow may be a different story. We'll see. But Quinn Simmons, impressive ride again today. Because he was chasing, he was helping, he was leading out Jonathan Milan to get the intermediate sprint points. Did his work there. And then is riding really smart. And there was a point where I think they were on the second to last climb, maybe 30K to go. We're down to a group of about maybe 25 riders. Christian Vande Velde is on the motorcycle on the side of the road. And the group goes by. And who do you think's on the back of that group? Quinn Simmons. He is there with an elite climbing group of 25 guys after doing probably more calories, burnt more calories, more time on the front than anybody else. And here he is hanging. The guy's got phenomenal legs into this third week of the tour. And talking tomorrow, maybe his last chance for a breakaway. So great job by Quinn Simmons today. And then I had a quick note because we had R.I.P. Hulk Hogan died, I guess yesterday the news came out. You look at Quinn Simmons, he kind of looks like if Hulk Hogan was a professional bike rider. He's got the stash, he's got kind of the long hair poking out the back of his helmet. He's wearing wacky sunglasses. He's a true American out there. He's wearing the American Stars and Stripes. He's our Hulk Hogan out in the peloton. So Quinn Simmons, extra bonus there. So our other riders, good news, everybody finished. Everybody's in from the U.S. Palace was 33rd today. Sepp Kuss 37th. Matteo Jorgensen was 48th, and Will Barta 62nd. So everybody's in. We might have all 5 Americans finish this race. Our next segment, winners and losers. Now today, not that much went on from a GC standpoint. There was a break, there was some interesting, but it really turned into somewhat of a stalemate. But I think there's still some winners and losers right now. I got winner number 1. How about when stages finish at a ski resort? We finished Ventoux a couple days ago, and it's just desolate up there. It's just like a satellite dish is up there and some radio towers. There's nothing up there. But how about when we finish today at the top of La Plana, which I guess is in Albertville, and it's like a ski resort up there. So like they're riding at the top, and there's hotels, there's ski lifts, the roads are good. I really like that because I see that I'm like, dude, I bet this is a winter wonderland in the winter months. I bet this place is hopping. I used to live in a ski town way long time ago in Park City, Utah. I lived there in the summertime. And I was like, what goes on at this place? It's dead in the summer. Come wintertime, it's the only place where wintertime it gets, more activity. Everything lights up in the wintertime. So I like seeing a ski town in the summer when they finish up top. Just the hotels everywhere, just resorts waiting, probably 5-star restaurants up there. Great spot. I like the finish at the ski resort up top. Another winner, of course, I already talked about it. Florian Lipowitz had a great ride today. He's in the white jersey. He's protecting it. He's protecting third. And he's like, when I get my chance, I'm going for the win. I'm going to try and catch that guy up the road. And he tried. He really tried. That was a really big effort today. He showed me something today. And I really like him for the future, too. Every once in a while, the Tour has a third-place rider that we totally didn't expect. Lipowitz, Oscar Only. If you go back far enough, remember there was a Georg Torchnig for Gerolsteiner way back. There was a Ramundus Rumzus for Lamprey way back. We're like, who are these guys? Of course, they all got busted for doping 3 weeks after the Tour. But the point is, we get these surprises. Now, the question becomes, what happens after this Tour? Do they just sign a big contract and we never hear from them again? Or is this the beginning of a new great rider for the sport? I guess we'll have to find out. So, time for losers. Losers of the stage today. How about cows? I talked about how the stage was shortened to 93 kilometers today because of cows. Apparently, there was some skin disease going on with cows, and the Tour didn't want to bring the Tour through the disease-infected area, so they changed the route. I don't think it really would affect any riders, but it might have affected a lot of spectators who would be standing there and getting this cow disease where their skin falls off or something. And then to make matters worse, the press release said, like, at the end, like, we're not going to risk the threat of this for the Tour, so we're going to change the route. And all the cows affected were slaughtered. So, Jesus Christ, did the cows really get the short end of the stick today in the Tour? I'm just going to put you down. You got skin disease and no Tour for you. So, cows lost today. Another loser of the day. How about Roglic? Primoz Roglic. I couldn't quite figure out his tactic today. He got in a break, which made it to the base of the climb. Someone attacked, and he effectively went right out the back. I didn't see any help from Roglic to Lipowitz at all today. Not that he has to help him, but someone's in third. You'd think there would be some consideration to help him protect your third. I didn't see it, and Roglic went to see if a stage was possible for himself. He rode fine, but no, it was never a threat to win the stage. So I got Roglic, and his tactics are questionable today, and they get the loser award. But along those lines, one more loser. How about Bora's just kits in general? Those, I don't think they're good. I don't think they're working for me. They got these like just baby blue or bright blue shorts. They got this white top with like red pinstripes on it. The kit is not good. I think they're just doing it for the Tour. So maybe they're going to switch back. But no one has discussed how those are ugly kits. Stripes, blue shorts, not working. I think sometimes we give a little too much slack for the sport we love. And the Bora kits stink. And I'm going to say it. Maybe it's because it's been 3 weeks, but those kits are horrible. Don't like them. All right, so that was winners and losers. But also here on the show, we do a little something called Media GC. And it's been heating up, where I rank all the views from my 3 favorite YouTube shows for the day before. See who's in the lead. See who won the day. We had the belt change a couple of times over this last week. It's mainly a battle between the move and the butterfly effect. Lanterne Rouge has not threatened any of the top spots, but they're holding steady. So let's go through the views today. We had the move with Lance Armstrong, Bradley Wiggins, and George Hincapie. You know, on a stage like today where, you know, wasn't that much going on, they had some good story, good personal stories going on. And I thought their criticism of Jonas was accurate today. Where like, what was the point of today, Jonas? You outsprinted Pogacar at the very end for second. Why? What was going on there? You got a couple seconds in the time bonuses. I didn't think Jonas looked good today either. Like, just body language wise, riding on Pogacar's wheel didn't look smooth, didn't have the high cadence going, and yet he outsprinted him at the end. If he had just sprinted earlier, could he have caught Arensman, and what would Pogacar's reaction have been? So good criticism of Jonas today. Didn't know what was going on with him. So the move. Yesterday's show received 53,000 views. Lanterne Rouge, 26,000, which is up from the day before. And the butterfly effect, 52K views. We're 1,000 away from each other. Wow, close race here. So the move, the belt now goes to the move. As a butterfly effect had it yesterday. And I haven't listened to the butterfly effect for today yet. I don't think it's out yet. I think Horner's on the West Coast, so he gets him out late. Curious to see what he says about this largely uneventful stage. I've said it before. If I see something on the show or on the race and I'm not sure if I know what I saw, then I have to see if Horner caught it as well. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. So let's see what he thinks of today's stage, what he thinks of Roglic's tactics, Jonas's plan, and if there's anything else that looks strange to him on that climb. I don't know. I rewatched the stage when I got home today. I caught this too when it comes to Lipowitz. That moment at the very end of the stage when Jonas attacks, Pogacar goes with him. Lipowitz tries to go with him, but he stands up and he loses his rear wheel. It fishtails like on some paint. I wonder if he had got on Pogacar's wheel, if he could have rode that wheel and maybe come around. I don't know. I'm really trying to make a case for Lipowitz today because I wanted him to win so bad. So go back and rewatch that. It's a pretty big slide. But that was the stage. That was Media GC for the day as well. The move wins the belt. So moving on, tomorrow's stage, let's preview it. It's stage 20. It's going to be 184 kilometers. Kind of lumpy, kind of hilly. Here's what's on tap. We got right off the bat, it's a category 3 climb, followed by a 4, then an intermediate sprint, then a cat 2, then a cat 4. So this is a day for the breakaway. It has to be. There are many teams that have not even won a stage at this tour. I'm looking at you, Cofidis. So big day, big fast start. So we know the teams that want to get in this breakaway, the smaller teams, the AG2R Decathlons, the Cofidises, stuff like that. Jayco needs to get in this break. Uno X needs to get in the break. Bahrain hasn't done shit. Okay, that's obvious. But how about our big GC teams? What about Wout? Wout wants to get in this break for sure. And if Visma is really trying to think outside the box, how about throw Jonas or follow a move or two? Now, I'm 100% sure this is not going to happen. We watched Jonas race completely conservative, needing to make up time the last 3 days. Doesn't do anything. And then talks about, I'll keep trying. Doesn't do anything. So there's no way they're going to mix it up with that. I don't think that's possible. But Wout could mix it up. Wout could go with a teammate. Tudor, Alaphilippe and Tudor are going to get in this move for sure. I would predict Alaphilippe tries first or second person to try and get a break going. He doesn't seem to have the juice to really make any of these breaks stick, or doesn't have the nose to find the right break, but he's in there. He's trying. He's trying really hard. Tudor's another one. I don't think if there's any other teams that need to get in this break. Of course, Quinn Simmons, this is his last chance to get in a break and possibly win a stage. And if he does it, get ready. It's going to be crazy. And I was thinking about this post-tour, because after the tour, they have these little showcase races after the tour for all the big hitters of the tour. All the jerseys go, the yellow, the green, the white, the polka dot, all the big riders. It's basically a race for the cool kids. And they get paid. They get these huge amount in appearance fees, and they're kind of pretend races. They go around, they race fast, and then someone will win the race. So it's a great place to make some post-race dough. So, given the tour that he's had, is Quinn Simmons invited to some of these? I think that's possible. I think it's possible for him to make some serious bank, because if you're having a popularity contest for all those riders post-tour, I think Quinn Simmons is in there. So who's in the popular cool kids lunch table that is in a jersey this year? Let's see. I guess you got the sprinters, Tim Melier. Got Milan, although he'll be in the jersey. Maybe Guermay, which I think he broke his wrist. He's still in this race, and he's a rider name that would be in there. You get some stage winners get to come to this race, like Piontre whatever that skinny guy's name is. He'll be there. Stage winners. Who else would be there? Probably Ben O'Connor. But what about Quinn Simmons? Does he get invited to the post-race kermesses and appearance fees, make some money because you're cool now race? Keep an eye on that. That could be big. All right, well, everybody, that was stage 19. I told you not a lot happened, but I still found a way to bring a show to you. And we got tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a fun day for the breakaway, so get ready. Get ready for a little bit of breakaway watching. I got my sights on Quinn Simmons. Maybe. Quinn Simmons and Alaphilippe coming to the line. Can you see it now? Oh, my God. All right, everybody, that was Running Back's coverage of stage 19. Like and subscribe to the channel because we got 2 more stages to go. Get ready. It's been a great tour. We'll see you tomorrow.